I was an intervention specialist at a mainstream primary school for about 2 years. Alongside that, I also did a bit of volunteering for the service evaluation of an adolescent unit.
I was a nurse originally, and in my 20s did a psychology degree. At the time you had to be a teacher to be an educational psychologist, and I knew that was the route I wanted to take, so I became a teacher. That's since changed. I enjoyed teaching and did it for 12 years, and then I applied.
I worked as a learning support assistant in a mainstream primary school for 1.5 years, and I've also worked in a residential special school for 2 years.
I was a primary school teacher across South London for about 5 years, and then I worked in a primary school in South London as a Senko for a year.
My practice before I joined UCL was deeply rooted in evidence-based, and UCL have a strong ethos in evidence-based practice as well, so that really struck out to me.
The reason I chose UCL is because I was looking for a London university, and I found the website for UCL very clear and very straightforward in how to apply, and it gave me lots of help and advice. And UCL also has a great reputation for educational psychology.
I chose UCL because it's one of the best universities internationally and is one of the top 10.
A big part of it for me was coming in on the interview day. So when I came here, it was very kind of welcoming, and the staff were very upfront about what they expected from you for the day, and it just really put me at ease, and they were just very clear about how they work, so it really kind of showed me what the course would be like.
One myth that I heard was that you have to be a teacher to get onto the course. Now that the course is a doctorate course, you don't need that. In fact, I'd say a lot of our colleagues are definitely not teachers.
One of the myths is that you can't manage this training as a parent, and I'm a parent of 2 children, and there are 2 other trainees on my course that also have 2 children. And though I think it is harder because you've got children, you've got to juggle the demands of childcare, I think with appropriate support and being organised, it's perfectly possible to train as an educational psychologist with children.
One of the myths about the course is that you have to have a master's degree, but many of my colleagues in the course actually don't have a master's degree.
One of the myths is that you need a huge amount of experience coming into the course. I think one thing that's really clear is that it's the quality of the experience you have coming into the course rather than the amount of it.
The reason I chose educational psychology was because it had a really good mixture of theory and also the application of psychology to children. That's something that I was really interested in my undergrad studies, and I think educational psychology best fit that interest that I had.
I chose educational psychology because I was a teacher for 12 years, and I could clearly see how important a psychological understanding is in the classroom, and I did apply that myself as a teacher, and I really feel it's important that young people in school are given that kind of support to actually reach their potential.
I chose educational psychology because it gives me an opportunity to work with children and young people and help them to be as successful as they can be, and I just think this is a very rewarding profession.
Educational psychology was kind of where I wanted to go really, because having worked as a teacher and a Senko, I got to work with a huge amount of children in various different kind of scenarios. But I think for me, educational psychology gives you the chance to work kind of one-to-one and really in depth with some of those children, so that really appealed to me.